Hi friends, welcome to our Studies YouTube channel. In this video, let's discuss about how we can remove file from PR. Okay, so ideally, when you are working in a development projects, you will be taking a code from main branch and you will be creating a future branch out of it, and then you do your changes there and push the changes back to the DevOps, and somebody will create a PR or you yourself will create a PR to take those changes back into the main branch, which is a production ready branch. In the whole process, if your PR contains any file which ideally should not go into the main branch or a master branch, then how to remove that or roll back that change of particular file from the PR? Let's discuss that use case. So if you see here, I have a repo called console app1. I have a branch called master. So this is basically a .NET Console application. So let me clone this to my local first. So I'm going to open Visual Studio and I will be cloning this to my local. What I can do, I can go to the clone repository, and this is where I have to give the repository location. So I can hit this clone button here and copy this URL and go back here and paste it there. And maybe I can navigate the location to wherever I want, maybe in the C drive, maybe inside the SRC. I can see I already have a console app something, so I will cancel it. I will try to put it in a C drive only. So let me browse for the C drive location and select the C drive location there. So C drive, that is enough. Select the folder. Please specify the empty folder. Okay. So what I will be doing it is in the C drive, I will be maybe demo. There will be a folder called demo. I will select that folder, inside which I am going to clone the local or the repository code first. And when I do that, basically the cloning will happen and it will actually create my one local repository as well. You guys might already know. Otherwise, you watch my other videos in the DevOps playlist. You will come to know what is local repository, local branch, remote branch, and everything. So you can go to the DevOps playlist, Azure DevOps playlist, and you will see a video about it. So now you can see in the Solution Explorer, console app1 came and we have a program.cs file. And if I open that program.cs file, I can see hello world is the message which is getting printed there. So everything is good. So let me run this code and see whether it will run successfully or not. So when I executed it, I can see it opened a command prompt and also it printed hello world message. That means my code is running good. So I have cloned the code from the repository to local and it is running good. And now I wanted to show you a couple of these in the Visual Studio, right? If you see this right side bottom corner, you see that it is right now connected with a master branch. Okay. And you see the local repository, like how I have a repository called a console1 here. You see here I have a repository called console1 in the remote location. Same way in my local, it created a repository called demo here as you are seeing it here. Okay. And in the local repository, it created a master branch. Basically, the repository what you have in DevOps, it will try to replicate as it is here with a different name. Okay, so the folder name was demo, so it created a repository also with that name in my local. So now what I have to do, I have to do whatever the development I want to do in my local here, and then I have to push the changes back into the DevOps repository. So what ideal way of doing it is should not do any changes in the master branch directly. You should create a new branch in the local, which will take the code from the master branch. And the new branch name is maybe Mahir. Mahir changes. That is the new branch name. And I'm selecting it as a checkout branch, but that means make that branch as an active for me to work. And you can see here at the bottom, you can see that Mahir changes is the branch which is active right now. So whatever the changes I do now, it will go to the Mahir changes branch. So what I will be doing instead of hello world, I wanted to print like a hello Mahir. That is the intentional, that is the change uh, ideally required there. And also I am going to add a file here, maybe add a new item and maybe test.txt, the file name. Okay. And I am adding it. See, I added a test.txt file. I will say this is testing file. Okay. Something. And if you clearly see it here, I have one file which got modified and I have another file which got added. So now if I push this code into my DevOps repository, it will try to take all the changes from this Mahir changes branch locally. And in the remote also, that means in the Azure DevOps also, it will create Mahir changes branch and all the changes, whatever it is. Right now, the program.cs file change and a new file called text.txt, right? So both the changes will be appear in the DevOps feature branch. So this is called feature branch. So let's do that. So what I can do here, you can see this pencil icon. So when I click that, it will basically open a window here where it will show you what files got modified here, which you can commit it. So I will say, okay, my here changes completed. Okay, so that is the commit message I am doing it. And when I hit commit all, basically it will kind of a snapshot the changes whatever I did in my local. So it's a local commit. And once the local commit done, you see this arrow mark which says one outgoing and zero incoming. One outgoing means one there is one commit which is there in the local, which you can package as a commit like as a snapshot and push that into the DevOps repository. So outgoing. So DevOps from here to DevOps repository you can push it. And there is nothing changed on the DevOps, so zero incoming. Okay. So how to push that? So what I can do here, if you see, if I hover this right, and you can see a tooltip called push there. So by clicking that button, I can push the changes to the DevOps. So let me push the changes, and you can see that it is initiating a push and all, and it will finish it in a couple of seconds. And now you see the message. It says that successfully pushed Mahir changes to the origin. Origins means the master branch. So now if I go back to my repository and if I refresh this whole repo, I should see a branch called Mahir changes. You see that? And right now I'm in a master branch. I don't see the text.txt file. And if I open the program.csv file, I see only hello world there, not hello Mahir, right? But if I go to the Mahir changes branch, and now you see that my change came, which is hello Mahir. That is the actual change which I have to do. And also, if I go back to the root directory, I see the test.txt file. And let's say, okay, there are changes came, which is difference comparing to the master branch. So I want to create a PR, pull request, to take the changes from here to merge it into the master branch. So I will hit this create pull request. And basically, people try to assign somebody as a reviewer. In this case, I will assign myself. And they will hit the create button to create the PR. So once the PR get approved, we can merge the PR changes from the feature branch to the main branch. So now the PR got created and this is the PR. Right now we are inside the PR, PR7. And now if I go to the files, I see program.cs file got changed from hello world to hello Mahir as I am seeing it here. And also there is a file called text.txt. But now what happened? Somebody who is reviewing, they felt that this text.txt file should not come. So this is something has to be removed from the PR. Maybe that will corrupt the main branch behavior. Okay. So they try to comment it here. They will come here, okay, and they will say, can you remove text.txt file from PR? So like that, they will usually come and comment it out. And when somebody comments like that, you have to take that action and provide the comment saying, okay, I've resolved it. And you have to hit that resolve button to resolve them. Okay. So now, okay, in this case, I'm the only one who is doing even the comment and resolve resolution, but ideally it will be a different person. So now basically they wanted to remove the text.txt file. How to remove the text.txt file from this PR? So for that, that is the main question, right? So for that, what we have to do it is we have to come here and inside the local repository, you need to execute a command something like this, as if you guys can see, git remove cached whatever the file you want to remove. So in this case, text.txt. So you have to remove that file from the local commit. Okay. So how to do that? So we will go there and maybe you can search at the top, maybe developer command prompt. So open that. Let me open it. So when that opens, so basically your local will have git. I can prove that by running git version command. So now git remove cached text.txt. So remove that text.txt file basically from the commit. That's what we are trying to say. And it got removed. And when it got removed, you see the changes here. So you see that um, the text.txt file which was got committed before, which is striked out from the stage. So ideally changes to staged and then staged to commit. That's how the flow will go hierarchy. So it got removed there and it put back into the text.txt. Okay. So that means this text.txt file never went to the stage and never went into the committed. That is what it is trying to say. Okay. So now, so whatever the change right now happened where the file got removed from the stage to changes, that came as a one of the PR which you can commit. Sorry, one of the commit which you can do. You see that pencil icon one, click that and it will try to take you there. Basically, it will try to take that this is the change happened. Test.txt removed back and put back into the changes bucket from the stage bucket. So now with this, I can say, okay, text.txt file got removed. So I can try to provide a comment like that and commit this, okay, removed, okay, and commit stage. So this time I committed stage without text.txt file and the text.txt file is back into the changes only, okay. So now when I committed it, basically I can basically now I can hit this push button to push these changes back. So now when I hit this push button, you see that it is initializing push and in a couple of seconds it will get successful. And when it gets successful, now if I go back here and if I refresh this PR, I should be seeing the text.txt file got removed. See, text.txt file is no more available there. You see that it got removed. So if I go back to my files under repo, even here I don't see. But if I go to the program, see, I'm in a Mahir changes branch. If I go to the program.cs file, I see that hello Mahir, but I don't see the text.txt file. It is in my local only right now. So that's so. And if I go back to the pull request, which is PR, and open the PR and go to the files, I don't see them. So now it look good. I will approve or somebody else will approve because the file which has to be removed got removed. But basically how they will do it is, so once you remove that, right, you will come here and you will say text.txt file got removed from PR and you will reply and resolve. So you will resolve that error and whoever approves, they will come and approve here. And finally, they will hit the complete button that will take the changes from this branch, Mahir changes to main master branch, and it will delete this branch also. Okay. So you see, delete that. So for you to make sure to appear, you see that complete merge. So I will hit that complete merge button, and basically it will basically completes everything. Okay, and now if I go back to the files, I see a master branch, and if you see 8 minutes ago, if I go to the program.cs file, now I see hello Mahir instead of hello world inside the master branch. So that's how you will do that. So the funda here is, or the magic here is happening because of this command git remove cached command help you to remove any files from the PR. That's it. I think you guys are able to understand how to remove a file from the PR and then resolve the comments about it inside the PR and then go ahead with your PR further to make it merge into the main branch, right? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. If you like this video, please try to subscribe to the channel and comment it, and also comment if any other topics which you would like to understand from my videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.